Today here at Talk Punch, we are going to do our top 10 parody movies. With the new Naked Gun coming out, we thought maybe someone will come out of the theaters and think to themselves, that was really funny. I wonder what other parody movies are out there. Well, here we are to help you out with that. So what will happen is that for each number, we will each have a pick. Like for number 10, we'll get 1 point. Number 9, we'll get 2 points, and so on, with number 1 getting 10 points. Those will all then be added up, and we will have the definitive list of best parody movies according to Talk Punch. So before we get started, I am Brody. I'm joined as always by Charlie Hickman.
Hello.
And Tudong Dylan. And we are so glad that you guys are here to hang out with us and have some fun. So let's get it started. We have our lists here. I think it's going to be interesting because all we did was say, all right, guys, you need to pick your top 10 parody movies. And that was kind of it.
That was it?
Yeah.
So there may be some arguing in this episode about what is considered a parody movie. So let's go ahead and bring up our number 10s. All right. Dylan has Scary Movie. Charlie has Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox Story. And I have Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
That's a good movie.
That's a really good movie. I didn't think about that one as a parody. Bro, what are you doing to me?
Of course it's a parody. It's a parody on the whole like hillbilly mass murderer slasher stuff.
I know. I just didn't. There's so many that once I was really looking into this, I was like, I forgot about this and I forgot about that. And
yeah,
those are both very good picks. This
is going to be a theme. Like I think I don't know. I can't speak for Brody, who always seems to just, my list was easy to come up with. I'm Brody. But for Dylan and I, there was a lot that didn't make the list. I could have done a whole nother 10 out of this. And quite frankly, I put Walk Hard on here just because we have never talked about it. This is a funny movie.
It's true.
That's true. That's true.
Have you guys seen? This?
Yeah.
Okay. Like I'm a
for
sucker
the grows
for
up to
music,
be Jonah Hill,
for the music stuff. But my goodness, this was a John C. Reilly's probably his tour de force. Eat Your Heart Out, Chicago. Yeah, this is the stuff.
Yeah. He never once
Oscar
paid for
worthy.
any of the drugs. Not once.
The greatest duet in musical history. So.
Okay. All right, Tudong. Scary Movie.
Yes, Scary Movie. I mean, this doesn't kind of like toe the line where there's a little bit of realism. This one is shockingly unreal. Like there is nothing about this that one would be like, I wonder if this is a parody or not. No, this is shockingly a parody.
It is.
I thought I go back and I've been watching some of the Scream movies, and I like horror movies in general, and they really they hit a lot of things along those lines. The Wayans brothers, when they were doing the scary movies, fantastic. Although I will say that I loved, I think it was part 3 where they were talking about the different paradoxes. Anthony Edwards and Anthony Anderson and Chris Hart. They were both talking about the paradoxes. That's fantastic. But Scary Movie 1's when it started, and I think it was fantastic. Seeing Quasi Ghostface do a rap while he's accidentally killing everybody except for Smokey absolutely made it on the list just for that one scene alone. I love that movie. Excellent.
It's a good movie. The sequels get kind of worse and worse, and I'm not going to say it's Scary Movie's fault, but it kind of ushered in the era of like disaster movie and superhero movie. And just like the kind of fill in the blank, like cash grab, really, really awful parody movies that kind of killed the genre for a while. So I'm not saying it's their fault.
The first one's funny.
Not saying it. The first one is very funny. All right, let's get some 9s on there, bro.
All right, number 9s. All right, Dylan has Kung Pao Into the Fist. Charlie has Galaxy Quest, and I have Hot Shots.
You went with Hot Shots instead of Part 2, bro? You didn't want to go Part 2?
I thought about it, and I think I have more like memories of scenes from the first Hot Shots. It's been a long time since I've seen either of these movies, but I loved them when I was younger. So I feel like Hot Shots kind of came out when parody movies were like Naked Gun was in full force.
Yeah.
And so like parody movies, there was just something, I don't know. That was happening where these parody movies were coming out and they were great. Although it's really just Hot Shots and Naked Gun that I can think of. But yeah, I don't. It's still it's funny. It's funny, and so
it's funny. I made my wife watch a little bit of this.
I should revisit this one because, like I said, it's been a while, and yeah, I wonder if it holds up.
Yeah, it popped up on Hulu, and I've been doing the belly button trick with the olive in it for so long.
I remember that one.
It's finally nice to kind of pop the movie on and be like, this is kind of where I get it from right here. This is the original inspiration for how I shoot that olive out of my belly button. So
there you go.
Dylan, is Kung Pao, is that the one with like a cow that gets tipped, like cow tipping or something?
No. There's no cow tipping in that. Although he does get into a kung fu fight with a cow.
With a cow.
I'll be honest. I kind of wish I did. I'm gonna go through these and just be like, I wish I had changed up the order completely. I wish I had switched Scary Movie and this one because it's really funny. There's parts of this that are hilarious. I was doing a play and I had watched this, and for some reason, some of the other people decided to throw in some of the other dialogue, which cracked me up. Like, that's a lot of nuts. And I'm like, yep, perfect. And this is Shakespeare. It is. Not that movie, but the one we were doing. However, I will say it loses a lot of points because after a while, you're like, all right, this thing is still going. Although the main villain, Betty, is fantastic. I love all of the I love all of the dubbing of the old movie. I like this movie a lot. I think it's fantastic. But I mean, every time I look at my list, I want to start rearranging it again. And this is the first one I was like, now I want to switch them back. Oh, well, either way. But I'm sticking to my list. I thought it was funny. I thought it was fun. I think it drags a little bit, maybe in the middle, maybe towards the end. But I still say really good movie. Really fun.
There you go.
And definitely,
Charlie,
a
Charlie,
parody.
You have my number 11 with Galaxy Quest.
There you go. Number 11. Hey, I love hearing that I picked something that just didn't quite make it on your guys' list. So
it's not like it's your number one.
No, and look, quite frankly, this was off my list for a long time. The back end here was really hard for me. But this is just such a fun like send up of like Star Trek fans and the Star Trek universe. And it just was a fun, funny movie. I think it holds up fairly well. So it's
absolutely.
We never talked Galaxy Quest, so I wanted to slide it in. It's
nice.
It's a good flick. It's a good place, worth your time if you run into.
I'll be honest, like it's movies like Tucker and Dale versus Evil and Galaxy Quest that I look at it and I'm like, they're so good. You could almost not consider them parody. Like you could just consider them a regular sci-fi movie or a regular comedy, horror, or either one. And I mean, I wanted personally when I was going through it, I wanted it to be absolutely severely parody, but these are some quality movies right here.
Well, we'll see if that holds up on your list. I'm kind of with you, Dylan. There was some like that have the parody tag on like IMDb that I just think just because you have like humor and a genre twist or something that doesn't mean it's a parody, but they're directly making fun of like Star Trek and Star Trek fans like constantly throughout the whole premise is like. So this is probably the one that breaks my own personal rule the most on my list, but
it's a great. If you're gonna break it, that's the one.
All right, number 8. Dylan has Spaceballs. Oh, Charlie has Tucker and Dale versus Evil, and I have not another teen movie. All right, Dylan, Spaceballs.
I saw it when it came out in theaters, and it's really funny. It was a lot higher up on my list. Yeah, it is old, bro. Way before you were born. I had it higher on my list, and this is absolutely a comedy movie. Mel Brooks, as far as I'm concerned, he started it in on the parody movies, and he absolutely struck gold with them. I loved how he did this. It started off higher on my list, and then as I started filling in some of the upper slots, I'm like, oh well, this one I gotta put this one at number 1. Oh, this is dope. And it went down, but I mean, it didn't go down severely, and it is still a fantastic movie. Send up of Star Wars as opposed to, let's say, Star Trek. And I love how they did it. There's no way you can look at this and be like, especially just the part with yogurt, with all of the merchandising.
It's great.
Fantastic. John Candy inventing the line that's got to leave a mark that every other funny actor tries to steal. Never works with them. When he tries to get up,
they're actually doing a sequel to this. I can't believe that's actually happening in our lifetimes.
I know, right?
Hey, God bless Mel Brooks for living so long. Like,
yeah. Sheesh.
National
Only
treasure.
issue with this selection, Dylan, is that it's so low.
It is low.
Yeah,
but Dylan's always hated Star Wars, so
that's not. First off, that's not true. Second off, the other ones, if I had my choices, I would watch these other movies. That's the only way I was going to put it. Like, all these movies I really enjoy, but which ones am I really going to turn on and if I'm in the mood for an absolute parody movie? And I haven't seen this lately as much as the other ones.
Every now and then, Brody, I'll say to Amy, "Hey, can you take off your glasses real quick?" And then she'll take them off, and I'm like,
Yeah, not another teen movie, man. This was kind of before the blank movie, really kind of started coming out that were just garbage. But this one was really funny. I laughed a lot, and I kind of rewatched this many times. You got a young Chris Evans
introduced. I never knew him before this. I saw this, and I was like, "Whoa, this guy!" Man. All right.
And there's just some really funny bits in here, and so this one's really funny, especially if you're a fan of like the 80s teen romance movies, 80s and 90s. There's plenty of 90s references too, but yeah, this one's really good.
Love the guy always trying to do the slow clap in that movie.
Yeah, and then he misses out on it.
Yeah, some very good bits. Like I went with Tucker. We talked a little bit about it on Brody's list. I try to pick movies that I thought weren't just like doing like little winks and nods and Easter eggs to fans of the genre, but we're just outright really just making fun of the tropes and like you don't watch Tucker and Dale to be scared. You're not. You watch it because it's funny and you laugh because you know how ridiculous horror movies can be and like with the tropes and setups and stuff. So it like really only works if you understand that it's making fun of the genre. So I slipped this in as a parody, but any excuse to talk about it. This is all over streaming. If you have never seen it, just watch it. Do yourself a favor. It is delightful.
It's a wonderful Halloween movie.
Yes. Right around the corner, man.
All right. Number 7's Team America World Police.
You telling me that's not a parody movie, bro? That's as parody as it gets. You can't get
I love it. I love it. And then it looks like Charlie and I have a crossover at number 7 with Airplane.
Heck yeah.
Charlie, tell us about Airplane.
Airplane is like, look, I know I'm old, but I'm not old enough to have seen this like in the theaters or anywhere close to it. But this has got like nostalgia dripping from every orifice of the film. It's still quotable to this day. Things that pop up and. I think I just said "Don't call me Shirley" the other day to someone. Nice. It just comes up. There's like great dialogue. This is not when I developed my drinking problem. There's just so many like great little bits and scenes, and I just never seen anything like it. I didn't understand what they were spoofing. Like I had not seen like the Tower Inferno movies and all these like kind of disaster movies of the 70s. So this was just kind of like ridiculous stuff that I thought was, as a kid, I'm like, that's funny. They're slapping them. That's great.
And do not let the PG tag let you think that this is a PG movie. This is
needs another rating quickly.
I showed it to my kids, watched it with my kids here. Just within the past year or so. Yeah. I remembered the nude woman, and so I was able to skip past that. But there was some jokes where I was like, ha ha ha, seeing if it just went over their head, and I was like, I hope it goes over their head, because there's some jokes in there that are not
in
PG.
a Turkish prison.
But still hilarious, man. Still super funny. My kids thought it was super funny, so I was stoked about that.
Can we just all take a moment to like, this is not that, I mean, it's old now by far, but there was a smoking section on planes that is so freaking crazy to me, that people would just like light up and they would say, well, there's a cloth, like a curtain divider for like,
there's
the
a smoking
section and like the recycled air. I cannot even imagine flying like that. That is wild. That was a real thing.
What if they weren't smoking tobacco? Would that be a little bit better? A little bit of secondhand for you?
That's a different kind of movie then.
That's the only way to fly right there. Let me tell you. Oh, no, yeah. All right, I'm blanking. I can't remember.
That's right. Tell me about yours, Dylan.
Yeah, tell us about Team America World Police.
Well, I can no longer say
America. America.
There's something you should know. I'm a smoker. I can't even say Alec Baldwin ever the same way ever again. It's very serious.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon was great. He was going to be this articulate character, and they saw him, and they're like, "Oh my gosh! All right, he can only say his own name." I'm so Ronery. The whole song, beautiful. Whenever I'm alone, I'll be thinking about that song. Yeah, we're Ronery. So bad. I loved it. That's a fantastic movie, and how they started it out, and it looked just like horrible marionettes. And when the guys were watching it, the executives, they're like, they took our money and they screwed us. And then it shows this vast, fantastic, world over there. I love every part of this. This is fantastic. Chuck, there's 3 kinds of people, which I won't get into on this one because Brody likes to keep it PG.
Brody loved this movie, and I remember when we were living together, he's like, "You got to watch this," and he popped it on, and I fell asleep, and then I just woke up in the middle of the most outlandish puppet sex scene.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And it was
the unrated. It was the unrated DVD.
It's the only way to watch it.
What are you watching? What happened? What is this? It was very surreal to wake up in the middle of that. It was very funny.
All right.
Soul Plane, by the way. Soul Plane.
Oh, that's it.
I would travel on Soul Plane.
Somehow I missed that one.
In a heartbeat.
All right, number 6. All right, Dylan has Clue.
Oh, come on. That's
Charlie
a good movie.
has
That's no parody.
Spaceballs. No, wait a second.
And I have Tropic Thunder.
Clue is not a parody of murder mysteries? Really?
It's just a great murder mystery. Like a murder mystery comedy.
Nah,
it's one of the greatest movies of all time.
It is one of the greatest movies. It has 3 different freaking endings. That's how different it is. That's how parody it is. To make a long story short, too late. Double negative is proof positive. All of these. It is fantastic. This actually started off my number 1 on this list. I was like, obviously, number 1 is Clue. Huh. And then the other ones came, and I'm like, oh, no, wait, no.
Then if you're going to put this on your list, it's too low. Because this should be higher. If you're going to count this as a parody, it's got to be up. I didn't put this on my list, but man, I love this movie. And I could obnoxiously quote basically the whole thing while we watched it. I will not do that now because, hey, we don't need to turn off any more viewers. But it's great.
Turn on the viewers.
Hey. Tropic Thunder, though, bro. What are we doing here?
Yeah, what's happening?
It's a parody of war movies.
No, there's no parody in this. It's an actual war movie. They're making a war movie, bro.
They're making a war movie. It's a movie. It's meta.
It's meta.
Meta more than parody?
Robert Downey Jr. playing an actor who plays a black guy. What's wrong with that? You've got Al Pacino, who's a fantastic name, who he brings in more money than all of the actors, and he wants to actually have a black person portraying a black character, which is fantastic. What's wrong with that? You've got the best parody of this was the fact that Ben Stiller won a freaking Academy Award. That's the parody at the very end, and Tom Cruise stole that entire movie.
Yeah, he did.
He did. Thank you for describing all of that as why this is a great parody movie for me, Dylan.
It truly is. I was actually trying to say exactly those things for you, bro. I was like, what are you talking about? All this. And I was like, yeah.
Not as a parody. Is it a parody in the same vein as like Hot Shots or Not Another Teen Movie? No.
Or Clue.
But I think that it is a parody.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Look, I think we think parody a lot of times and we equate it with the slapstick, but just because, but things can be parody without being slapstick for sure.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, this is a parody. I'll give it to you. Have you tried watching this recently?
Last time I watched this, what would you define as recently?
Yeah.
5 years.
Oh, I've seen it inside 5 years.
No.
Yeah.
No, I have not seen it within 5 years.
No?
Okay. I'm curious if it's held up well. I think I just saw it literally in the theaters when it came out and haven't seen it since.
Really?
I watched the trailer with my kids, which is why it's been on my mind. Because they were like, can we watch this? And I was like, I don't think so. And I was like, but we can watch the trailer.
Oh,
give it another
chance.
Right,
I don't remember why it's rated R.
I'm guessing this is on Brody's list based on his comments earlier, so we can talk about it when it comes up on your list, Brody.
Okay. All right. Number 5. Dylan has Naked Gun. Is that the first one, Dylan?
Yeah. I'm only doing one, and I just did the first one. Yes.
Okay. Charlie has Young Frankenstein, and I have This Is Spinal Tap.
Excellent choices.
So
fellas.
this is Spinal Tap, a parody of documentaries, a parody of rock and roll.
That's an excellent movie,
and it's really funny.
People quote it to this day.
It's good.
Yeah, Turn It to 11 is like something
Overused.
Everybody says, and most people probably don't even know that it came from this movie.
Like I teach music lessons for a living, and I will still say whenever a piece is in D minor, I'll go, it's the saddest of all keys.
It's the saddest.
And no one, they're kids. They have no idea what I'm saying and why suddenly I'm using a British accent to say it. But it's like a reflex. I can't not say it. I gotta say it.
Do you say the second part of that joke?
No, I do not. That is all I say.
So yeah, Spinal Tap both of these are so low on your guys' list.
Spinal Tap is great. I love Spinal Tap. I totally forgot that they made like a sequel that I never saw.
What? No, they didn't.
It was like a straight to DVD kind of thing. But there's a new one coming out. There's a real sequel, a real quality sequel.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I have seen the band live with the actors. It was really a fun show.
Nice.
With my friend
so
Kyle,
awesome.
we went and saw them live. It was they're all really good musicians. It's a really cool experience.
Guys, favorite
I'll talk more
Spinal
about
Tap
Spoiler
song?
alert though, because it's on my list.
Favorite Spinal Tap song? It's on my list too.
It's got to be Big Bottom. That's like with the extra bass guitars. I tried to get my band to cover that one, but they never agreed.
Or Lick My Love Pump.
Is they actually sing that song, or do you just like the title?
He hums it and D minor. It's the saddest of all keys.
I still love Stonehenge the best.
Stonehenge
is good. I mean, Big Bottom is really catchy. So
they're all catchy.
I love the double bass, man. It's so great. Everyone, the three basses. All right. Oh man, Frankenstein. Boy, this is have you guys watched the Gene Wilder documentary on? I think it's on Netflix.
I didn't know that there was a Gene Wilder documentary.
And I don't have Netflix.
It takes a lot of like his audiobook. So it's kind of interesting because it's posthumous, but like it's like him almost like narrating the documentary. And like it was really kind of fun. Like I loved the section talking about this specific movie and like the process of getting it made and some of the back and forths between Gene and Mel and like the fighting to get certain bits in or scenes in and like the putting on the Ritz and things like that. Like, and Mel's like, no, we're not going to put that in. But he's like, hey, I was just testing you because I knew if you fought for it, then that meant it was going to be good. And just like, it was just really cool. Like hearing the interviews behind that scenes because the movie is so freaking funny.
It is.
It's just, and the cast is incredible. Like, what an incredible cast. And like, if you enjoyed the Universal monster movies, I think then you get like an extra like chuckle. You're gonna get more chuckles out of this, I think. But you don't have to have seen those or enjoy them to just watch this send up. It is just fantastic in every way. This is like just like almost a perfect movie. It's fantastic. And yet number 5. So
number 5. All right, Dylan, Naked Gun.
They say that the parody movies started and ended with Naked Gun, and in some ways they are right, in some ways they're wrong. I think that this is I mean, I only put one from the from the 3, and this is the best one. I've got to say, like this I was just like I kept moving it down and then I kept moving it back up, and I'm like, I can't have a top 5 with Naked Gun not in my top 5. And I was like, but Clue. And I'm like, but Naked Gun and Leslie Nielsen, and I love Leslie Nielsen. Right before this, he was doing, he did Airplane, but he also did like Creepshow or Creepshow 2, where he takes Ted Danson and buries him up to his head in the sand.
Yeah,
and
at the beach.
Yeah, and he is so funny, and he's completely deadpan in this. It is an excellent movie. Send up on police, even TV shows, because it's from the Files of Police Squad. Love this movie. If there is a movie like that is one of the definitions of parody, it's got to be this one, Naked Gun, right here. Number 5, it's in the top 5, but that's only because some of the other ones I've watched a lot more.
There you go. All right, number 4. All right, Dylan has Spinal Tap now. Charlie has The Naked Gun, and Charlie and I again cross over on the same number with The Naked Gun. Oh, so close to a 3-way crossover. Can you imagine?
Would have been great, Dylan. Actually, you know what? This is on us. I would be more than comfortable swapping both ours, Brody, to number 5, pushing up Young Frankenstein and Spinal Tap. But
yeah, and I probably could have pushed up Spinal Tap, but that's all right. I think.
Oh, go ahead, Brody.
I was gonna say, I think that like just having The Naked Gun be higher than most of these because it kind of is that like parody, like the granddaddy of parody movies, right? Like, you know, you go and it's just like slapstick joke after slapstick joke and kind of set the tone for parody movies. Like we wouldn't have Hot Shots without Naked Gun, right?
But and you have to admit, like they also had some really witty writing. I love the scene where he's like, I want some information, and he's like, oh, I don't know anything, but maybe this will help. And so he's like, why do you want to know? He's like, I don't think I should tell you. Well, maybe this will help you. And he's like, well, all right. I love that scene. That is such excellent writing. Sorry.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's very clever.
Yeah. So it's, I think number 4, you know, it's just, it is. It's kind of the granddaddy of parodies.
When I discovered this movie as like a kid, this was like I wore this out because not only was it just funny and dumb, but like it had the big baseball scene with my favorite baseball team in the entire world. You know, getting to see like Reggie Jackson on the screen, like shooting the queen with like shooting at the queen with poison darts. It was just like every part of the jumbotron with like the tiger ripping the guy up. It was just like the baseball part of it, the umpire stuff, like it was like made in the lab for like a young me, and it was just like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. You know, a lot of the jokes went over my head as a kid, and that was kind of fun to discover later on in life. It's like, oh, the giant condom scene. I didn't really fully understand that. No, now I get it.
Right? I know.
But it was really funny. It was really good.
Maybe I should clarify. Maybe I should take that back. Probably Airplane is probably the granddaddy of parody movies, right?
I think that's fair to say. But I like if you want to call it the granddaddy, and then this is kind of like the perfection of it. Like I feel like of that slapstick kind of like parody movie, this is kind of like the zenith. Like the Airplane paved the way. Airplane 2 is kind of a and then you get like the Naked Guns coming in, and it was just like the kind of, all right, here we go. We've peaks absolute cinema. Marty Scorsese sitting at home just basking in it. This is so much better than superhero movies, he says as he watches The Naked Gun for the 4th time in a row. Absolute cinema.
All right, Dylan, Spinal Tap.
Stonehenge.
You can chime this. It's coming up on my list. Chime in more when it comes up on mine. All
right. Moving on to number 3, Black Dynamite is what Dylan has.
I couldn't believe
Charlie has Monty Python and the Holy Grail, and I have Spaceballs. All right, Dylan.
Dynamite is such a good movie.
Sarcastically, I'm in charge. I absolutely love this movie. I was looking through parodies and I was like, la la la, everything's fine, everything is good. And then I saw Black Dynamite and I was like, Black Dynamite! Absolutely fantastic. The cast is fantastic. I've never seen Michael Jai White like really act, and like this at least. I thought there's no way. Like I watched The Dark Knight and I was just like, oh no. Take those lines back, because I don't believe a word of it. But then I saw this and I was like, sir, I am a complete believer now. I don't care that you are such a great martial artist. You could trash me absolutely with probably just a pinky.
What about Spawn?
Don't even start. Michael Jai White's a sore subject between me and Brody from a board game that we played when I was visiting him. Where it's like you have to guess the actor. Anyway, it doesn't matter. But it's nothing better than inside board game jokes on a podcast.
He was in Spawn.
Yeah, he was. Spawn. That's great, bro.
It's not like it's totally off subject.
He was also in The Dark Knight, and we heard exactly what I thought of that. But this is where you get a grip. Yeah, he barely did anything in Spawn. But this is his real acting right here. I loved his delivery. Anytime he got confused and he's like, who saw that coming? Who saw which direction it came from? fantastic. I absolutely love this send up of martial art movies. It's a send up of 70s blaxploitation movies. It's a send up of 70s martial arts blaxploitation movies all around, and I loved it. They have the inconsistent Tyr with his queen bee of the I guess prostitutes that he takes care of, where sometimes the tears trickling down and sometimes it's not. Everything in this is great. I love this movie. The only reason it is not at number one is because there's two others that I think are just better, but this is a fantastic pick. I'm glad it's my number three. It's got to be my top three right there.
When did this movie come out? I've never seen this
2009.
movie before.
You haven't seen it? Bro, watch it. It is really, really... What do you mean no? Yes. Watch this movie. It's a great movie. It's funny. It's a parody.
No, I was saying no, that I've never seen it.
Yeah, no, I said watch it. And then you're like, no.
Oh.
I'm like, no, what do you mean no? No. Yes.
I said, no, I said, you said you've never watched it. And I said, no.
I said, watch it.
I wasn't saying no to watch it.
Telling you. Okay,
Who's on First Routine is great here, guys. This is
true. It is true. Bro, watch it and don't say no. It's excellent. 2009, right after The Dark Knight.
Yes.
It's really fun.
So, quick story. My first time ever doing a theater class in high school, I was a shy kid, if you can imagine. Just I had not said a single thing in that theater class. I just sat by myself quietly. We had to do a scene, just a scene. That was all the instruction that was given. So my friend and I were like, why don't we do the Black Knight scene from Holy Grail? And so he's cutting off my limbs, and I'm slowly just like turning into like I'm tucking arms in my shirt. I'm fully committed to the bit. I'm hopping on one leg. He chops off my last leg, and I leap in the air. My limbless body lands smack on my back on the ground. Crowd's going nuts. It's my first time really like ever experiencing making people laugh on stage. I walk off the stage, and the very serious actor in the class, like the guy right now who I picture is somewhere in New York City just smoking like cigarettes by the dozen, like trying to write a really good play. He looks at me and he goes, "That was Monty Python." Like all rude. Like I know what you did. You were trying to pass that off like it was an original. Like what? It was a scene, man. We could have done Shakespeare. Like, what are you gonna? I'm gonna walk off this stage. You're like, "That was Shakespeare, you son of a." Like it was just like it was one of like three words he said to me the entire time that we were in theater class together.
An idiot. I'm not watching
but it was
you
a great
play, you
scene.
stupid idiot. Go write an original play, moron.
Yeah, go write
do my monologue.
Go follow Neil Simon around, you son of a. But this, I'm sure he was a nice guy. But this was like the Holy Grail's fun. I show my kids this. It's almost like YouTube skits, right? Like it just kind of goes really like it bounces. Yeah. So it's like perfect for them. They were like, "Oh, this is hilarious," and then there'd be like another little vignette, another little short scene, and like, they got coconuts, and like, bring out your dad. And like it was just like just little scenes. We wore this out in high school. This was so great. I love this movie. Very funny, and then it just kind of ends like so randomly. The kids were confused by the end. Like, what happened? This is zero narrative structure for the ending. We ended it.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert. Sorry.
All right. So Spaceballs. I mean, any kid who loved Star Wars then also loved Spaceballs, even though it was making fun of Star Wars. It was still like, this is so funny. And oh gosh, is so much like John Candy's barf, you know. I still think about like, that's gonna leave, you know, who are you? Barf, not in here, you know. Like it's just like this dialogue is just you know, it's so funny. You know, the Schwartz and the rings, and there's so much.
Rick Moranis is a classic in this.
Rick Moranis is so good in this, you know. I'm really curious to see where the sequel goes with this.
Can I interest you in who's been cast so far? So we have returning. We got Daphne Zuniga, who is Princess Vespa. We got Rick Moranis coming out of retirement to play Dark Helmet. We got Mel Brooks coming to play Yogurt. Bill Pullman is Lone Star. His son, Lewis Pullman, will be in it as Starburst. That's guessing awesome. It's going to be his kid, which makes a lot of sense. We got Keke Palmer and then Josh Gad, who is also one of the writers on the film. So I have no idea what to expect, like if it's going to be good or not, but there is plenty of Star Wars to make fun of if that's what they're going for.
Right?
There are plenty of things that we have talked about on this pod and beyond. That this a lot of material to mine.
When Spaceballs came out, we only had the original trilogy. We've had 2 other trilogies and a handful of shows for Spaceballs 2 to pull from. So it's going to be great. Right. But yeah, this is an amazing, and it's not just Star Wars either. We get references to Alien, and all this stuff. So
Kristen loved that line, like, "Oh, evil will win because good is dumb." Just for you, I love Kristen.
The beeps, the sweeps, and the creeps. All right, so what do we got at number 2, bro?
All right, number 2. Forgot I was controlling that for a moment. Dylan has Young Frankenstein. Charlie has, this your soccer game? Shaolin Soccer that you love to talk about.
This or Kung Fu Hustle. I so was going to do these, but I'm like...
And then I have Shaun of the Dead. I'm getting head shakes.
Yes,
no, this is not a parody of zombie movies?
It is. It's a parody of zombie movies. Yes, it is. It's just the fact that it's such a really good one. It's tough to call it a parody. It's so tough. It's so good. Like, it's like Galaxy Quest. It's so good that I'm like, I don't know. Look, but I mean, I totally accept it. It's just, these are excellent choices.
This toes the line. For me, this really toes the line. And I struggle with this one because by my definition, right? Like, if I wanted to watch an action cop film, I'm not putting The Naked Gun on. Like, if I want to see like a really good music documentary, I'm not putting on Spinal Tap. I'm not putting on Young Frankenstein to watch a monster film, or Airplane to watch a disaster airplane film. But if I want to watch a zombie flick, I'm absolutely putting Shaun of the Dead on. It is a fantastically crafted zombie film that also happens to be funny, and it does poke fun at the genre, but in more of like a wink and a nod with like a little bit of Easter egg in the background. This was hard for me. I felt this way about Hot Fuzz. I don't know how to like where to draw the line at the parody.
Sure.
And if this is a parody of Zombieland, a parody is anything to do with zombies that's a comedy, is that automatically make it a parody because it's funny and winking at the genre? Like, where do you draw the line?
I don't know, but I asked Google.
I said,
is Shaun of the Dead a parody? And Google told me yes.
Yeah, the internet agrees with you, but like, this was the number 1 movie on our zombie movie list. Like, this is the number 1 on our zombie list. We can't have a parody.
There's nothing wrong.
Imagine if we did a cop film list and Naked Gun was the best. And we're like, the best police film of all time is The Naked Gun.
Really? And yet it makes sense.
Maybe it is. It's a good movie. It's a good movie, bro. It is a great movie. With you.
And it does. Yes. It's similar to Tropic Thunder, right? Is that it's a good movie. Is it kind of in that slapsticky Naked Gun, Spaceballs, Hot Shots type thing? No, it's not. It is its own movie with its own story. It's not just a bunch of bits, like with a loose plot going through it, but it is kind of referencing these other movies and genres and then kind of having fun with it at the same time. And so that's kind of why I put it on. But
that's fair.
All right, Charlie, tell us more about Shaolin Soccer.
You guys have heard me bring this up a lot, so I won't spend a lot of time on it. But if you're a fan of like kung fu movies, anime, like just like and just wrapping all of that around soccer, this was before was it Blue Streak, the soccer anime? So this is a great movie. It's very funny. Yeah. It was on Paramount, and we got Paramount, and I was like, oh, this is great. I'll finally be able to show my kids. So I pop it on. And it starts playing, and there are no subtitles and no option for subtitles.
No,
what? It was like, okay, so unless we're all gonna learn a different language, we get Blue Lock. I don't know what Blue Streak. Blue Lock was the soccer anime. It doesn't matter. So I couldn't. I had the DVD. But I, you know how that is. Like the effort to like go grab a DVD and put it in. Come on. What do we live? What was this? 1995. So I couldn't do it, but like it was just so weird to me that why would you put this on streaming and not give us subtitles? I don't understand.
That's weird that there's not subtitles even available. I watch subtitles with like everything.
My kids love subtitles, by the way. They are like snobs now. They enjoy anime, but they only watch. They don't want the English dubs. Like the original voice actors are better. We got to watch that.
Yes,
they're already becoming snobs. They get it. They're right. But like it happens so much faster than I thought it would. They're like, Dad, we can't watch the English dub of an anime.
The English dub and the English subtitles.
I need double English.
I mean, that's not so weird. I watch everything I watch that's in English also usually has subtitles also. But come on, bro. Hear the original actors.
You're old men. You're a couple of old men. How can you? It takes up screen space.
What?
Subtitles takes up screen space.
What?
It takes away from the picture. You can't hear it right now.
Most of the time, I can't understand what they're saying.
I can't hear it either.
Dylan, you love Young Frankenstein. I'm surprised. I'm actually surprised this wasn't your number one.
My number one is very close to it. But yeah, no, I love, when I was a kid, I saw Young Frankenstein. They showed that to me. And I had, oddly enough, already seen a lot of the Universal monster movies. They used the exact same stuff that they did in the Frankenstein movies from the Universal in Young Frankenstein. I think Gene Wilder is, everybody in this entire cast is fantastic. But just the part where he's all like, where are you going? I've got to go change. This place has to look normal. And as soon as he says that, his whole tie explodes right off of him. The entire thing, everything that he was in that movie was excellent. It just showed that yelling through a performance sometimes can be fantastic, and he does it the best. Nobody does it as well as he does.
Hey,
you guys ever see the World's Greatest Lover starring Gene Hackman or Gene Wilder? Because he really screams in that one. That's great. You guys should watch.
I think he wrote that, right? He wrote that, I think.
He probably, yeah, I think so. He did a lot of his own writing. It was excellent. And Madeline Kahn is excellent always. She's always great, and she was also in Clue.
So Terry Garr. I mean, Gene Hackman, Peter Boyle. The whole cast is.
Gene Hackman, where are you going? I was going to make espresso. Pure ad lib, and I loved it. Everybody in that was just so great. My mother and I, all the time, we still sit there, and she'll sit there and be like, "Would you like a brandy?" And I'm like, "No, thank you. Just sleep." And she's like, "Ovaltine, nothing."
Yeah, he wrote and directed The World's Greatest Lover, and his character's last name was Hickman. So, good film.
Well, there you go.
There it is.
All right, so number ones. Okay, can I guess them?
Yes.
Well, I think that Dylan's is Monty Python.
And?
I think that Charlie's
couple of Monty
Pythons. I think Charlie's might be Spinal Tap. Oh, Monty Python and the Holy Grail is.
Thank you.
And then I think Charlie's might be Spinal
Brian
Tap.
Is pretty good too.
I hope it should. Can you guess yours, bro?
All right, let's see if I'm right.
Can he remember his own?
Yeah, I have my list in front of me
That's the real
just in
question.
case because I forgot.
And I was right. Look at that. So Dylan has Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Charlie has This Is Spinal Tap. And I have Austin Powers.
Which one is
Austin Powers not showing up on anybody else's list. And it's my number one.
Yeah, but is
Yeah.
this the third one? Bro, what? You have the third one on there?
Yeah, I had the third one on there.
Why?
Like I made the mistake of going back and watching this with my wife and just popping it on maybe like a year ago or a year and a half ago. And it's just like, the jokes as they weren't quite landing the same, and she was like really bored. And this, I don't know if it was just the atmosphere, but it's just like it kind of ruined the nostalgia of it. I'm like, yeah, gosh, this isn't like very good, is it? I like Mike Myers. So I'm married. Give me So I Married an Axe Murderer.
Yes.
Give me that.
Okay.
Too many times Mike Myers will sit there and he says some kind of a joke, and then it's like, huh, get it? Way too much in this entire whole thing. I don't care for it.
Yeah, I mean, I love the first one, and I love Goldmember. Goldmember just feels like it kind of took everything up a notch, which I really enjoyed. But I remember seeing the first one in theaters and laughing so hard.
Yeah.
It was the funniest movie at that point in my life that I had ever seen. It was so funny. And so I just remember like walking out, and I loved the 007 movies growing up. I loved the spy stuff. And so
Basil Exposition.
a lot of this stuff just hit really well. But I remember like my sides hurting because I thought this is the funniest movie that I've ever seen in my life. And so it's my number one. I have the poster for Goldmember up here, but I don't, whether it's 3 or whether it's 1, definitely not 2.
The opening was fantastic.
Not
Tom Cruise and all that.
Brody, did we see this in the theater together? Goldmember?
We saw Goldmember together in theaters, and you saw Goldmember before you even saw 1 and 2, I believe.
Yeah, that's a true story.
Because
the first ones came out when I was in my cinema snob phase. It's like, like no one dies in it for real. There's no pain, no anguish. We're the drug addicts. We're the people in the gutter. You were never there for me. Where's my Oscar winner performances? Like,
there you go.
You expect me to go see burp and fart jokes? Come on now, I'm way too sophisticated for that.
Yeah, but 3 had Tom Cruise in it.
It was funny, man. I enjoyed 3, and I went back afterwards and I watched the first 2. I loosened up.
All right, Charlie, this is Spinal Tap.
Like we've talked about it already twice, so I don't need to say much else. But man, this was like a transformative movie for me. I've played in so many bands in my lifetime, and this is like the classic band movie, and the drummers spontaneously combusting is like such a through line in my bands. It's so hard to find reliable drummers, and it's just the musicianship, the songwriting, the humor, the cast, every part of this is just perfect. It's a perfect movie. It's one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. And the material really hits home, and the band stuff just really lands in a very personal way. And so this is just like this is a movie I could pop on anytime, regardless of the mood or the day, and I'll just watch it. It's great. This is like a forever watchable film for me. Speaking of movies I've seen a lot though, Dylan, Holy Grail, man.
I have to say, I didn't see this until you showed me this Spinal Tap. I hadn't seen it before. Yeah, I absolutely fell in love with it as well.
I've made a lot of people sit down and watch it.
You were like, you haven't seen it? We gotta watch it.
That's how I saw it.
Do I have to? And I was just like, no, I was wrong. That's beautiful.
A lot of innocent people making the mistake of saying they've never seen something, and it's like, oh, well, we're gonna watch it right this second. We're popping it in.
Now you're talking. Well, with Holy Grail, as a kid, hey, there were jokes that flew over my head. There were jokes that really landed, and I loved every single one of them. And a lot of the times, I'll show this to people, and they'll just fall in love with it too, because I know people with taste, I guess. But the point is yeah, this I have seen since I was a young kid. This is one of the oldest movies on like all of our lists here. This is like 74. Is Airplane before that?
Yeah, that's old. No, this was the oldest.
No, Airplane was 78, 79, something like that.
Yeah, Airplane was 80.
One of the older ones.
Airplane's not even
80,
70s.
80.
Yeah, this
is older than Young Frankenstein too, I believe.
Yeah, because that was 75, right? Yeah, that was 75. This is 74.
74 looks like for that. So actually, Young Frankenstein is older. Sorry,
Young Frankenstein's older. Yeah, they were 74. This was just about there. But I mean,
this is
like,
75.
Yeah, like we've said before, like the jokes
all before our time. Forgive us.
That is true, slightly. But yeah, love Monty Python, the Holy Grail. Absolute perfect. Like it has gotten. This movie made me laugh probably more than any other movie. Period. I probably saw it when I was young, so I mean it was a lot easier. But yeah, excellent movie. I love it.
And just for all you parents out there of like adolescents, if you ever want to pop on a Monty Python skit, the Spam, that was a big hit in my household. We popped on the Spam. Oh, lovely Spam! Oh, we watched it like 3 times in a row. They loved it so much. Still works. Some of it still works.
John Cleese in this.
We did fast forward through the nuns.
And a little peril.
Nope, it's not good for you. And Lancelot comes and takes him away. He's like, no. He was going to slaughter all of them. And then in his own particular idiom, he slaughters everybody then. And his page just gets shot in the chest. And he's like, I'm actually okay. I'll just wait here then. Beautiful movie. Complete chaos to make it, I've read, but beautiful.
Yeah.
So there you go. There is, I don't know how many that is. There's 30 movies that we listed. Some of them are duplicated. So we're going to now, these get added up. Like I said, the ones get 10 points, the 10s get 1 point. We're going to see what comes in first, second, and third place for the official Talk Punch top 3 parodies. So next up, but before that, if you're enjoying what you're hearing, if you're liking what we do, we would sure appreciate a like and a subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can come hang out with us again. We would love to have you. Now, Number 3 is Monty Python and the Holy Grail with 18 points. Number 2, Naked Gun.
Makes sense.
With 20 points. Number 1,
Spinal Tap. Yeah.
Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
With 23 points.
Beautiful.
So there you go. That is a great top 3. That's a great top 3 for parodies. If you went and saw the new Naked Gun and you're looking for some more parodies, check these out. Check out any of the movies on this list, but these 3 in particular if you've never seen them. So well, there you go. This was fun. I miss parodies. I'm hoping that we can get some more parodies back with hopefully Naked Gun will do well.
There's a few that I'm really surprised didn't make it on anyone's list. I'm surprised no one had Blazing Saddles. I'm a little surprised by a few other ones. Like I thought. Do you guys think about Shrek at all?
I did not think
no.
That didn't even Blazing Saddles crossed my mind, but Shrek never did.
Blazing Saddles I thought about.
That's fair. Well, we don't need to get into it now, but Top Secret was great.
Top Secret was
really fun.
yeah.
Yeah, that I thought about Top Secret. I'm surprised that didn't go on your list.
It almost did. And I love Kung Fu Hustle as well. Thought about the Austin Powers stuff. There was a lot of really good ones that kind of just missed. Yeah, this was hard.
Yeah.
Brody, I'm shocked at how cavalier you are of this list.
Yeah.
It's a tough one. So cavalier.
What do you mean?
Oh, this was easy. 10 for me.
Not for me. This was
not for
tough.
me.
I don't know.
I
I made a list and I just ranked them. I said,
didn't even check.
Here we go.
Say
I
goodbye
put it
to
in
the
my
people.
Excel cells and then I drag the cells around and make my list.
Give a little Inspector Gadget voice saying goodbye to the people.
Dr. Claw.
Yeah,
I can't do Inspector Gadget.
Yeah, do Dr. Claw.
Dr. Claw instead.
Okay, well, we need to do the outro first, Charlie, and then I'll do it.
I'm asking you to do the outro in Dr. Claw voice.
I can't do an outro. I can't do a whole outro in Dr. Claw.
Well, thank you for watching. I'm sorry that Brody's being so obstinate about the Dr. Claw thing. Look, we take very seriously our parody movies, and if you have some of your favorites that made the list or didn't make the list, let us know in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. If you saw the new Naked Gun, let us know how you liked it. I think that's on all of our lists to see, so we definitely want to check that out. We'd love to hear from you. Brody, say goodbye as Dr. Claw. Tell them to like and subscribe as Dr. Claw.
Like and subscribe.
Oof.
Next time, Gadget. Next time.
Nice.
Bye.
Bye.